Hello, my name's Trey. I work for the Hub at Clayton State University, and we're going to work on unpacking your computer from a move. So I've got all my parts in my new office. I've got my monitor, my bag of cables, and got my desktop. The first thing you want to do is make sure that the monitor and the computer are close enough to each other that the cables will reach when you plug everything in. So this is kind of a small desk, we won't have any problems with that. I'm going to go ahead and take everything out of my bag and make sure I have all my pieces. So I've got my phone, my keyboard, the mouse, both of the power cables, the cable for the monitor, and the two network cables, one for the phone and one for the computer. The first thing I want to do is run the cable for the monitor and make sure that I have the monitor close enough to the computer. So I'm going to drop the cable behind the desk. When you're hooking up your monitor, you'll take the blue or white cable, some cables are white, and plug it into this port on the bottom. If it doesn't fit, it's probably backwards and you need to turn it over. So I'll plug this in, and I like to screw it in a little bit just so it doesn't come undone. Don't tighten these too much because they're hard to undo later on. Then you'll plug in your power cable. Your monitor is hooked up. You can check to make sure the cable is close enough to the computer. And I have plenty of room to plug the cable into the computer. I'm going to go ahead and put the computer under the desk so I can make sure all the other cables reach. Got my power cable. And I'm not going to plug this in yet until I have everything else done. Got my mouse. And once again, you'll drop this cord behind the desk. You'll have to reach back and grab it. So this cable will reach. Got my keyboard. Drop the cable. That'll reach. Make sure the phone is close enough so that one network cable will reach the network jack in the wall and one cable will reach the computer. So I'm going to run the cable to the wall first to make sure it'll reach. Now, there's two plugs on the back of the phone. The one on this side goes to the wall. The one in the middle, this one right here, goes to the computer. When you're dealing with cables that have pins, make sure not to bend any of these pins or it'll be very hard to plug in the cable. If the cable does not plug in smoothly, make sure the cable's not backwards or misaligned. Alright, when you start hooking your computer back up, you plug in your monitor cable and screw it in a little bit so it doesn't come accidentally unplugged. For your USB cables, they should be easy to plug in, these flat ports. If they don't plug in easily, it may be backwards and you need to flip it around. The network cord has a clip on it, so you should hear the click when you plug it in. If you don't hear that click, you need to make sure it's securely in. You shouldn't be able to pull it out easily. When you plug in your power cord, some computers will make an electronic sound, or they may turn on for a split second, and that's normal. Don't worry about that. If you have speakers, you take your speaker cable, which usually has a green tip, and this plugs into this green port on the back of the computer. And everything's connected and ready to go. Now that the cables are plugged in, we can move the computer into place. And then you should be able to turn the computer on and everything will work. If the computer does not turn on, you'll need to check the power cables and make sure that the power switch is turned on, the power cables are plugged into the power bar, and the power bar is plugged into the wall. And when I hit this button, the computer turns on, the green light comes on. I have a picture on the screen. We're going to start up into Windows and make sure that the keyboard and mouse work. Thank you for watching this instructional video provided by The Hub. If you have any questions or concerns, you can reach us at 678-466-4357. Our website is thehub.clayton.edu. You could also email us, thehub@clayton.edu. Thank you and have a good day.